What's up, everybody? How you doing? I hope you well. I'm getting recovered faster than I was thinking, so that's some good news. So today I closed this trade on Neo Tether, and we made 30,000 US dollars. But the most important part is that your amount doesn't matter. Okay, remember that the most important thing are your percentage. Okay, because you can see people earning 50,000 $200,000, but they use 5-6 millions leverage, so that's not the point. The percentage are always more important. Okay, don't see your earnings in money amount. Okay, see your earnings in percentage. Okay, so we made 100% in 10 days. That's the 10 days. Yeah, 10 days. Okay, so that's the most important point. Okay, always use percentage, don't use amount. That's how you are going to keep your mind fresh and don't do stupid things. Okay, so we just close this today. Okay, and this was the trade on Neo. In other markets, sell. This is the average price of sell. This was a market order that I made. This was the amount of the total amount. I use a tiny amount of leverage to do the trade, total amount of 4,500 US dollars, if I not get it wrong. Okay, and that's the total amount that we close, and we repay after that. Okay, so I will show you what we do in this trade and what can you do. What's going on? Okay, trade review. What can you do to have some similar results? Okay, so that's quite important. So I just bought over here. Okay, and we close our trade over here. Okay, why I'm not holding more time? Because I don't know the fucking future, and you don't even know. Okay, so I will show you what we have done this and how I was able to buy here and sell here. Okay, so we have basically this huge movement. This is daily chart. So let's start with this. First of all, okay, I saw this important area. Okay, why this area? Why not this peak? Why not this peak here? Okay, why not other areas? You have to remember this concept that I told you before. When we see this huge, okay, sorry, I will change this to pink. Okay, when you see this huge movements, okay, let me delete this. After stagnant range like this, okay, and previous resistance. But the point is, when you see this is very important. Okay, when you see these candles over here forming fast, that's a very important point for the future. Also here, for example, you see these very fast points. Okay, also here, those are very important points for trade. Okay, remember, some people call that liquidity areas or anything that you want to call. That doesn't matter. The point is that you have to remember these points. Okay, okay, so next we have this peak here and this peak. Okay, usually people make something like this with no sense. I don't know why. Okay, and they think this is a very good trend line, so they just buy here and go low and they lose money. So you have to see the reality, and the reality is here. You can see this line is very important. Okay, because this was this peak over here. Okay, so let me show you. when you have this peak, you can see we have reaction here, reaction, we break, we retest, and break, and then retest. Okay, so it was here when we in reality just break. Okay, so you have to see those details are really important. Okay, if you make the comparison here, okay, and you just put lines anywhere, you are just going to lose your money. Okay, that's very important point. Okay, because don't make any sense. Okay, this makes sense. It broke, it holds here like support, here like resistance, and then also here. Okay, so that's very important. But why do I don't buy here, and why I buy out here? Okay, well, let's keep moving. Next, my indicators. Okay, I love this. As you can see, we have this support area that I told you before, and this was the huge movement started here. Okay, so I always see my indicators. Okay, and we have two teddy bears, which was resistance in the past, so I can tell you this was support. Okay, in the future. These lines doesn't matter if it's red or green, those are future support or resistance. Okay, and they can be also areas, but you have to be very aware. Okay, once we see some reaction here, we know that this has the potential. Okay, but it's not a confirmation, remember that. Okay, for that we use our indicators. That's the very important point. Okay, always trust your indicators, if those are good, of course. Because I see too many people with bad indicators. Okay, that's why I tried thousands over the years. Okay, and I improved myself, I made better calls, I use people also for that, so that's why you have to be aware of that. Okay, why my entry was not here? Okay, as I told you, trust your indicators. What you can see here, it was green. Okay, it was green, and we start losing some momentum. As you can see, it's curving flat, it's getting flatter. Okay, so that's not a good sign here, and I want to buy, but when I see this, not so much. Okay, and this was the confirmation of the bad momentum here in the red. Okay, now keep going. Also, this red candle appears here with this red confirmation, which was even worse. Okay, and now then we have approached this area over here. Okay, and this was very important point in here. For, as you can see, we have this support. Okay, which was a big movement in the past. We have this big movement. Okay, our indicator also shows us this has the potential to be a good trade, so we're still having some green in here. Okay, but before that we have this. As you can see, it's not always the bottom. Okay, when we have some gold occasions, but as you can see, the last one is always good. So you have to filter yourself some potential trades. Okay, that's very important. Keep moving. We have this potential here, and this was my confirmation. Okay, so we basically enter in this candle over here. We never, okay, remember this, we never know how far it will go. Okay, you can't say, oh yeah, just see this and it will reach yes, yes, it will reach yes, or yes, it will, it's 100%. No, you don't know. if you know you are making some kind of manipulation. Okay, so you have always see where you can take some profits. Okay, that's the whole point of this word. Okay, is to keep your profits in your hands. So keep going. We have these two confirmations over here, and then we have this cross over here, which was in some resistance area, basic resistance areas. Okay, and we just cross above. Okay, and we don't get that flat signal like this. It was getting flatter. Okay, it just keep going up, up, up. And why I close that? Because one, I have profits. That's the first point. Okay, second, we are up here, which I don't like, because when we are above here we have some signals. Okay, so we are up here, we are reaching our channel. Well, we just touch that also. Okay, so that's also not good for me. And we are near for this area also, which was a previous bear. So those are bad signals for me. Okay, and the red one, it will always take one candle at least on the downside to have a good confirmation of that. That's why I decided to close that. Okay, remember, always close and take profits. That's the point. That's the whole point of this trading war. Okay, that's just what I saw. Also, I was keeping an eye on this divergence, but it just broke here. But it's still a divergence over here. Okay, and this was lower, but it can go down, so I don't take it too much consideration on this, because as I told you, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divergence before doing something. So it's good to know that we are losing some kind of momentum, like here also, but it's not a guarantee of a trade. Okay, so anyone that trade with divergences, they basically gambling with their money. So what next? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Okay, we have to see it, we have to wait some kind of setup here until we see we are going to range, or we are going to break this and do a new trend over here. We have to see, and the Bitcoin holds the answer for all this. Okay, so keep safe, keep good. That's will be for this video. Also, here in Bitcoin, as I mentioned in the last video, that we can have two kind of corrections, and in this case it was we were here. Okay, if I'm not wrong, we have two type of corrections, one that can be time correction, and another it can be price correction. Price correction is something like this. Okay, and time correction is something like this. Okay, so we break down, but we hold in this support that we have in our other time frames, as I showed you in the last video. If you want to see more details over there, because I don't want to make this video too long. And then we broke up. So I have a trade that was a buy limit just in this area over here at 41,000. Okay, so we are now getting some profits. So I will going to put that in break even, because I don't trust in this trade right now until we have these red signals over here, which are all danger. So I'm not expecting too much. Maybe, as we talked in the last video, of Bitcoin. I'm expecting to reach this resistance over here, and then we are going to see what is going to hold for us. Okay, and we are getting some flat signals here, so it's just question of time to get some reds. Also here, very dangerous situation, so I'm not expecting too much of that rate, but that's what we have. Okay, so see you in the next time one. Take care, stay safe, take your profits, and don't do stupid things. See you in the next one. Bye.